Hello, welcome back to the channel. You're watching the ABS show. This is Mina TV. Odera, tell them what to do.
You have to hit that subscribe button, okay, as well as follow us on Instagram at the ABS show. One word.
And yes, Odera is still with us. She hasn't gone yet. She's still here.
Because of me, though.
Yes.
You know.
But it's coming. Her days are numbered now. So,
Oops.
yeah, we're still enjoying her time. Right, Yazzie?
Yes, yeah.
Yes. All right. So, let's discuss this topic because it was on the news that, the title was Ashawo no be work. So I clicked on it. I clicked on it to see what it was saying. But prostitutes in Nigeria want government to legalize prostitution. What do you guys think about this story?
I want to know what you think first, Charlie. This is
you
your
know-
topic.
Oh.
Ashawo no be work. Why did you click on that link?
Why did I click on? Because it's an interesting topic, prostitution.
Okay.
Because I do feel like the government should make it legal. I do.
Why?
Because when it comes to the whole prostitution thing, right? This is somebody using their body to get what they want, right? They're not imposing that on you. You don't have to be a prostitute. I'm just gonna do it because I need to feed my family. I need to put food on the table. I need to pay my loans. And if that's what somebody wants to do to make money, I say go for it. Because they're not hurting anybody.
Okay, so I wanna actually throw it out to you guys. Explain to me why prostitution was ever illegal in the first place.
Was ever illegal?
Yeah, like why is it illegal? Why is it a thing that's illegal? Why is it in so many constitutions? Why is it a law that is illegal?
Because during the early times, there was a law about sex after marriage. Okay. Like you need to get married legally before you have right over the person's body. Okay. So the people started having random sex, which was their
not
choice.
A random sex.
Yeah, which was their choice. Then after having sex for pleasure, people now started having sex for money. So then it wasn't an accepted, way of life. Okay. Because sex was supposed to be between two married people, according to the law. So that was why sex for money became illegal.
Okay. Well, I think speaking about the laws, so most people get their laws from the Bible. Okay. So because the Bible says it's a sin, then naturally they'll be like, okay, it's illegal. They put it into the law. But that's another thing. Nobody has to follow your religion. You understand what I'm saying? If you believe that prostitution is a sin, then don't do it. You don't do it. So I think that's why most countries say it's illegal.
And another reason why I feel like they are upset with prostitutes and they say it's illegal is because under the system, under the governmental system, every walk of life, every kind of job, every kind of career has a particular way of giving back to the government. But sex workers don't pay tax.
I was asking because it seems to me that the idea of prostitution being illegal is a morality issue. But since we've thrown all those old laws away out the window and everybody's living a you can do what you want type of thing, freedom of expression, freedom of speech. If this is how people want to express themselves, why should they not be allowed to express themselves this way?
I agree with you. To me, I feel prostitution should be legalized because it's a way of making money. And if you're making money, if anybody can just wake up tomorrow and be brilliant enough to create an app and let the app go out there in the world and the person is making money from it, somebody can also wake up and say, man, I'm broke. I want to use my body to make money. And the person should not be arrested for that because at the end of the day, it's your body. You own your body. But I just want them to legalize it so that prostitutes can pay tax and every other thing will be out there.
So you are looking at it from just financial standpoint.
Financial standpoint.
Well, I'm also looking at it from a safer point because if you make it legal, right, now you have institutions or like a brothel, I think that's what it's called, where people actually go in and choose whoever they want to have sex with.
Point and key.
No, but I'm saying, it makes it more safer.
In Nevada, there are about 21 brothels that actually, Nevada, which is in Las Vegas. Las Vegas, that's Nevada, is the only place in America where prostitution is legalized to a point. There are 21 brothels and you can go there and you can pay for sex. But actually, globally, there are 15 countries that actually have legalized prostitution.
Anyone from Africa?
None in Africa. They're all European countries, Germany, the Netherlands, Austria, Australia. I'm 50-50 on it. There are pros and cons of it. but it's something that if it is legalized could also bring up a lot of issues, and it can also solve a lot of problems. Issues such as safe sex. It can spread STDs if it's legalized, if people are not, because are you going to appoint a government official at every prostitute's house to make sure people are using condoms? I mean, you know what I mean? So
it's the same thing as saying, are you going to appoint government officials in every bank to make sure people are not doing scam?
But also, okay, I'm just saying.
You know my point.
I'm just saying some of my thoughts.
Like if it
Can I
gets
just finish with some of my thoughts?
Some?
Also, yes. Also,
One.
Men might be happy, but women might not. Like it can cause it different.
No, but if you don't pay, you don't get the sex. So why will women not be happy? Women still are. They're still in control.
But most importantly, it can also increase human trafficking. That's without proper
you know why?
enforcement,
If it gets legalized, it's even going to be safer because right now you are all under the watch. As a woman, if you are a sex worker and you are legalized, right? If somebody takes advantage of you, they are already violating your human rights as a sex worker. And then you can even speak up now because you will not be ashamed again. In Lagos, I'm sorry to say, 80% of the girls there, Ashawo is their side hustle. You understand?
Not 80%. Where did you get that from?
But it also,
when you throw out such numbers, you got to be careful.
I know, but what I'm saying is most of them are doing it low-key. Some of them are doing it professionally, but they are ashamed of it. Many of them have started their own business from that. They've made money from it. And they're not paying tax.
So I think you need to identify that a lot of people don't actually realize that having a sugar daddy and having that guy that always dashes you money when you go and see him also falls under prostitution. I think that's what he's talking about.
Because
do you
understand?
Many girls will say that
guy,
he will dash me money if I go and see him. Okay, sounds nice, but essentially, as long as services are being exchanged and money is being passed through hands, it falls under prostitution.
I always say that even being in a relationship sometimes is a form of prostitution because it is. How? No, sometimes it is because if you go on a date with a guy and the guy pays for the movies, he's paying for everything, and at the end of the day services are exchanged, what did you just do? If he's paying for everything,
it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing because sometimes you get it for free. You don't pay for anything.
But
as long as money is involved every time,
these Lagos girls that you're talking about, if they have a guy and the guy is not their boyfriend, but every time they hang out with the guy takes them to movies, takes them to dinner, and then gives them money, you're saying that's prostitution.
Yeah, so either way, that's prostitution. That's a different grade of ashawo. They have different grades.
Okay, so either way, that's the point that I'm making is in a lot of ways that you look at it.
But I think it's a little different because there's a relationship there. Prostitution.
But there's still a relationship. If you've hung out with this guy more than one time, there's still some type of relationship. Yeah, you know that he's my sponsor.
You know he's rich.
Yes, you know that he's rich and you're dating him because he's rich. But in his head, is he paying you for sex, or in his head, you're his you're his sugar baby, or you're his sex friend? Like there's so many different titles.
This one is not even friends with benefits.
Well,
this is prostitution.
Prostitution is when you actually engage with somebody for payment. So when I have sexual relationship with you for payment, it is prostitution. I think it should be legalized, but for it to work, I believe we have to take the shame out of it. So yes, so we cannot shame girls that are standing outside waiting for customers. We cannot shame them when they come to school and be like, oh, I saw you last night at Circle. Oh, we have to take the shame out of it for it to work. And also, when I say prostitution should be legal, I think it should be legal for all. So men can be prostitutes and women should be able to.
You have a point. And actually, there are also a lot of pros for making it legal. The government will make more money. It'll help clean up cities. People standing on the corner selling it, it'll avoid that. So it actually has pros and cons. The judges in the court system, there'll be less cases, so it won't be so jammed up so that they can actually trial serious cases. So like everything, there are pros and cons about it.
There are more pros than cons.
I'm so sorry, Charlie, but the shame is never going to leave. If Jesus could be friends with a prostitute for so long throughout his ministry and that girl followed him around and people still look at prostitutes the way they do, then the shame is never going to leave. A whole Jesus where from the same Bible that people are getting this prostitution is wrong laws from, if he couldn't break the shame of a prostitute, nothing is going to break.
But why are we
his
not
shame.
shaming the men that are having sex with this prostitute?
But you know what I like about Odera's point?
Wow.
I think that's another reason personally why it's not legal, because making prostitution legal would give women so much rights. It will give us like sexual power, sexual freedom, like which is a taboo in a lot of countries, especially in Africa. As T Money was saying, where all these girls have these sugar daddies and so on and so forth. Most of those sugar daddies are actually the politicians that are making these rules.
So why are we not shaming these men for having sex with these women?
Exactly. So that goes back to our misogynistic culture, because there's something deep-rooted in our society, in our even in us as women, that makes us look at other women that way, because we think that men have a right to get away with things and women don't. Do you understand? Like, she's talking about sexual freedom. That's the reason to me why prostitution is legal, because men think that it's mostly women that do it, so they're trying to regulate women. And it's so annoying that you just always see men trying to talk about women's bodies. Why are women not in charge of what they do with their bodies? Because when they're talking about prostitution, you know that they're not talking about any male prostitution. If you go in some circles, you tell a guy, you say talk about a guy selling sex, and they're like, that's not the same thing. He's winning, he's getting paid, and he's getting pussy. What he won. You know, it's misogynistic culture that just looks down on women and just gives men the upper hand, gives men a free pass for everything that they do.
Yeah, but the main point what Charlie is even trying to make is that these men who sleep with these prostitutes that are illegal in the society, why are they not being shamed, and why is there a stigma on the prostitutes? And that's already a problem.
No, I think men that use prostitutes are kind of shamed. I don't think like the sugar daddies and sponsors are shamed, because it's kind of like a status thing, like, yeah, I have enough money, I can sponsor a babe. But for guys that pick up prostitutes on the road, it's like, yo, you can't bag a chick, you have to pay.
No, but the way some of them look at it is they want no strings attached, right? I don't want a girl to end up calling me every day. I don't want to take her out to dinner. I just have an urge. Some people are sex addicts and they can't control the urge. I mean, so that's why they go for prostitutes. What?
Everybody's quiet.
No. I'm just listening to what you're saying. For me, when it comes to the whole prostitution thing, I really look at it like it's an art form. Like I believe that they are one of the hardest people.
They're one of the hardest working people.
Prostitution.
Definitely.
Hardest. Oh yeah.
Yes, because it's like for you to wake up each night, you have to take off your body. Because you have to be very, you have to look nice. You have to take care of your body, take care of your nunu, right? And when you get a customer, you have to put in the work. So for me, I respect them. They go each night, ride it on each night. They have to make sure customer service is on point. Hello,
customer relation.
Customer is always right.
The customer, in this case, are they right?
Did you come? Did you come?
And they have to learn all the skills, all the positions. Like, you guys are not looking at it from my standpoint. This is a lot of work these people are putting into it.
I definitely agree
hustle.
with you. I mean, imagine if you have to do 10 dudes in one night. That's 10 souls entering you in one night. And then you have to also deal with the spiritual aspects of it. But what you just said, it has triggered something with me. Is customers always right? So what if, you say, yeah, I want to have sex, whatever, and they agree on an amount, and then during it, the person wants to do something you don't feel comfortable doing.
That's why when they legalize it, they're going to have unions, right? HR department is going to be there.
Right.
So when you sleep with somebody and they don't want to pay you, HR is going to...
No, they don't want to pay you. Like, okay, let's say they're having just regular sex, right? And all of a sudden the guy, let's say he wants to do anal, or he wants to do something crazy.
No,
he wants to tie you.
No.
What if you don't want to do that, but he goes ahead in the moment and does it anyway?
Yes, listen, it's a contract. So before we go in, what positions do you want? How many hours, right? How many minutes?
Right.
And
different charge.
Yes.
It's true.
And if you're banging and your time is up, I don't care whether you
come or not.
Or you didn't
time's
come.
up, papi.
I don't care. Time is up. Get off me. Put these rules and regulations
but that's
there.
how it's supposed to be. That's the meaning of the word being legalized.
So when something like that
happens,
if somebody sticks something up your boy you're not comfortable with, you can actually take it to court and sue. Hello, we were doing a business transaction and you violated our contract.
You breached the contract.
Breach of contract.
And I think the court will actually hear you because it wasn't part of the contract.
I think it should be legalized.
But
I swear to God.
Do you see yourself? I think everybody on the table. Do you see yourself doing such business?
See myself doing what? What's the problem now?
You know why I asked you that question? No, you know why I asked
You
you that
just
question?
sounded like you are shaming it.
Yes, that's why I asked you that
shaming.
question.
I'm not shaming it, right? But it's just like of all businesses to do, you have to be confident.
shaming it.
Of all
You are
businesses,
shaming it.
wait. Can I land? Of all businesses to do, would I not like to do something where my strong suit is?
Oh, so you're not strong
but
enough to
You're
do
not
it.
strong enough, so you
You're
can't
not
perform. Hey, and I've been wasting my money.
Money.
My time.
I wouldn't work as a prostitute, but if it was legal, I could own a brothel because I would imagine I would make a lot of money.
Why wouldn't you
Because
do it yourself?
Because I just like having sex with one person. I don't enjoy having sex with a lot of different people. That's why I wouldn't do it. But as an owner, I would guess maybe I would make a lot of money because they would have to pay a fee. Like that's what goes on in like strip clubs and brothels. The girls pay a house fee. So if I could run something like that, hey, why not? Business is business.
Yeah.
Anything to bring the moolah. So
Charlie,
I
would
would own
you
a
do
brothel.
it? Would you?
No, I'm asking
Would you?
Would you do it?
For now, no.
I
First
think
of
you
all,
would, T-Money.
why? Why does everybody think?
Because I know you and I
And
think
if you're a
you would.
prostitute,
Wait, let
every
me land.
customer you will receive it.
Let me
It doesn't
land.
matter if it's only
I
girls.
have the strength,
if a guy
right?
comes in, and
No,
yeah,
no,
you're a
no,
prostitute now.
don't go
You are-
there.
His own business.
So
is
that's
Don't
discrimination.
shake that
then.
No,
You are-
wait.
you're okay.
Hello,
When-
hello.
hold
It's not
on,
discrimination.
Let me land. When you set up a business, hold on. When you set up a business, what is the main purpose of you setting up the business? It's money. You are catering to the people, so you cannot discriminate.
Let me give you an example. Let me give you a perfect example. Jewish supermarkets are kosher. They're not taking everybody's product. So are you going to now tell them to sell?
But if I come to buy the product, they cannot deny me because I'm black.
But then they're not going to sell to you anything that's not kosher.
Yeah.
Listen, if I'm going to do that job,
because that's their religion, that's their business. They don't want things that are not kosher. So
If I'm
But
going
it's
to
not,
do
if I'm making right though,
that
because I
job,
feel like if you're out there for a business, you shouldn't be, because
No.
that's how it
how
all
many
started.
people are attacking Jewish supermarkets?
If I'm going to do
Jewish
that job,
supermarkets are doing what they
I'm
need
going to
to
be
do.
specific.
Okay.
Because if prostitution is legalized, if you are a prostitute, you can either say you're pan, bi, fluid, straight,
Swimming.
gay. So I'm going to be straight. You know what I'm saying? Straight.
Yeah.
Strictly
All right, so
pussy.
you got me thinking about this right now. As a prostitute, you're standing there looking for customers. Now I come in, we go in, I take my pants off. Now you don't want to do it because it's too big. Now that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable because that's discrimination.
No, well, I'm sure.
Now you're over here
Health
running.
reasons.
Why are you running?
Okay, that's why we
running?
need it to be legal
I'm
because
sure.
then she can state health reasons that's going to split her in half.
Oh!
I'm sure, as you guys are saying, that when the contracts come out, all these things are going to be in the contract. It's going to be in the contract. Like, for example, if you're a transgender, you're going to have to state that, like, I am a transgender. I'm a male
Right.
turned female. I enjoy
Gay,
having sex with both male
straight.
and female. Like it's going to have to be there. Like that's
list
the whole
all your
point of
strengths
making
and
it
weaknesses.
legal.
So you
Yeah.
actually asked me if I would do it.
Yes.
For now, the only parts that I'll take in that business is by creating an app or a website for it.
For it.
Yes, a global
Well,
website.
He's so
Would I
Igbo.
do-
He's not thinking of the money.
Would I do it? I mean, I'll explore all my other options first, right? And if, that doesn't work, I'll go into it, but I will have restrictions, right? Because there are other prostitutes, I don't have to touch you. I could
Yeah.
just,
Yeah,
there are ways
yeah.
to do it. But you guys think this will work in Africa? Because that's why I really wanted to
they'll
talk
never.
about it.
I'm so sorry. I have no faith in my Africans dropping their preconceived notions and all the stupid things that they have in their head of
They
how
haven't even
of how
about
things
being gay.
of how things should be. They're still concerned about who other people are having sex with. Then you now come and tell them that somebody can have sex with 10 people in one night, they'll die.
Plus, if prostitution became legal in Africa, then a lot of our big girls and actresses, they would go out of business. You know what I mean?
I mean, so in Africa, you can have sex with whoever you want, right? So the main problem is you receiving the money because that makes you the
in exchange of any gift.
No, having sex with anybody is that's when they will still call you a show. It's even worse. If you're fucking people and you're not collecting money,
They'll
they
still
say
call you
the worst type of a show. At least a show that's collecting money, they say,
even
well, she bought cash, she did business.
We were having this conversation the other day, right? We were having this conversation about, is it better to sleep around with guys just because you like to sleep around with guys
think
and you
there's more
enjoy
power
it?
in that too, though.
or is it better to like get money for it? You know, like what's the better way to do it?
But I think there's more power to that too, because I'm doing it because I want to.
And I like that because you can. I like that because you can say it's not everybody that can get me. I'm choosing because if it's a money thing, that means highest bidder is going to be. Even Speed Darlington can come and say he wants to if he brings the money.
But not necessarily because let's say you normally charge $5,000 for a 1 hour session, and Speedy comes. You don't have to do it with him, and then maybe you can negotiate.
Offers you $20,000,
and then maybe you can negotiate, and maybe Speedy wants it so bad, maybe you get $100,000 for it. So either way you look at it, there's power in it. It's either gonna be a financial power, or like a self-esteem or personal power. So either way, there's power to it. And in my opinion, that is one of the main reasons why prostitution is not legal, because it would give women power, period. And that's something that is something that I'm going to be honest, a lot of people do not want to see happen, period. It's women having power, because some people believe women are very emotional, women are this, women are that. They shouldn't be given power because some people think we do not think logically. That's just my humble opinion.
Well, this is such an interesting topic. I would love to hear what the viewers have to say about this. So let us know in the comments. Chime in. Do you believe that prostitution should be legalized?
Would you be a prostitute?
In Africa? Let us know in the comments, okay? As usual, we love you for watching. Until next time you're watching Mina TV, this is the ABS Show. Bye.
Thanks for watching. And if you liked this episode, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you next time.